So guys, it's a bit wet today. Can you see me? Looking a bit rough. Anyway guys, come on. Let's have a chat about this TT. Got some bit of news on it. So this is what we've been working on, guys. Can you see the bottom of that radiator there? And this bar here. Just waiting for my dad to come in with a grinder, because there's a couple of nuts in it to grind off. And one in there. One in there too. Up, where is it? Somewhere in there. Right guys, I'm inside the car. Bloody hell, it's horrible outside. What last video was saying how warm it is and sunny, and now look at this, bloody hell. Anyway guys, yeah, so just have a little, there's a bit of conclusion to this R8 in this video. R8, I wish, this TT in this video. So I thought I'd go through it with you. So basically, those who don't know, we'll just recap. We bought this car. It didn't have a key with it. We've had to get that made, and in fact it was locked solid. It needs a door on it because it's dinted, and it needs a bit of rear quarter work. Nothing major at all, to be honest. I found a door for £120, same colour, that bolts straight on, and the only other bit of repair then is a rear quarter, which sort of £250–300 sort of job for a body shop. So it's fairly straightforward. But what we decided was, it's actually this car's actually at my house, because we just got no room for parking. So this is at my house. So I really wanted to get rid of it. Now I'm just going to go through some numbers, because we've actually sold this car now. You'll notice on the front, as I say, going through those, just to recap on the front with the radiators, when the car was recovered, it's not when we had it, but the winch was wrapped underneath the car, and the front winch damaged the radiator frame, and it damaged both the radiators. So, which is why we stripped all the front down. I've got some radiators to swap over with it, which I'm going to try and video if it ain't raining tomorrow, swapping that, and then it's going for MOT. But just to recap on some numbers, so the car stood us at, with a key, we got a real good price. It stood us at, with a key and delivery, £1,600. Sorry, £1,600, and then with the bits, they were, I forget exactly, but they were around £200 for the radiator bits. So we're up at £1,800, and then it needs an MOT. Now the car's probably only done, I think it's only done 2,000 miles since the last MOT. Can't even turn the ignition on because battery's flat. Oh, it's locked over, but completely dead is that, guys. But yeah, it's only done a couple of thousand miles its last MOT, and it's got a full service history out. It is due a service now, but all prior ones are recorded. It's got a bit of history with it as well, which is nice. And it's a right nice car. Wheels are good on it. They're expensive tyres that are on it, and sometimes, guys, those in trade will know, you can look around a car and you can tell straight away when it's been a cared for car, and this has been a cared for car, definitely. So yeah, I'm gonna try and do a video on changing the radiators. I just wanted to get this video out now with an update on costs for those looking to get into the motor trade. Now, with this one, like I say, we decided just to do radiators, MOT, and sell it as is. We're not going to bother doing door and rear quarter. And to be fair, if we did do door and rear quarter, we'd probably get, it's a £4 car this all day long. We'd get at least £4 at least £3.5 to £4 if we swap the door and things. So there potentially was a lot more profit in this car, but it's just time at the minute, and we've got other cars lined up waiting for work and stuff, so it's just not been a non-starter at the minute. But as for costs, so it's going to stand us, we worked out that with the MOT, by the time we put the front on, leaving the door and leaving the rear quarter, it's going to stand us at about £1,900. So we've sold this car for £2,500 as, well, not as is, but £2,500 with the radiators changed and an MOT. So new owner's going to have to do door and rear quarter. £2,500. Some say that's too cheap. It's a £600 profit. I will have had a little bit of time on it. It ain't like it's a straight flip because I've had to have a bit of time picking the rods up and then swapping them. So it hasn't been the greatest buy, but that's my fault for not putting more time on doing door, because if I do door and rear quarter, there's quite a good profit in this one. So that's not the car's fault. That's just my fault. But yeah, so I don't know what you think about them numbers, guys. £600, probably had a day's work changing radiators on it. Run it down for an MOT, should be fairly straightforward. It should go fly through an MOT. So, but sometimes, guys, there's some cars and you just think, I mean, there's some cars that are just dogs and you have to cut your losses and maybe take a loss sometimes. There's some cars, and sometimes it's the right car and there's money in it, but sometimes it's just the universe conquers against you. And this is one of those cars, and to be honest, it's a car that I'd have myself. I'd happily drive around in this thing. I've never actually sat in a TT before, but it's an absolutely cracking place to be, and I'm impressed by the quality of the interiors, to be honest. I've never been an Audi guy. I like my Beamers, but I've never been an Audi guy. But interior on this is really nice, even by today's standards. It's really nice. It is like a mini R8 in here. It could do with a bit of dye on, you know. It's like the same colour as those old, what were they called? Them seats, I forget what they were called. Them old red seats with buttons on. God. Yeah, yeah. That's a bit worn. Could do with a bit of replacing that. Probably won't be. Probably get one of them relatively cheap, but I think that's only leather, so it'll probably recolour that anyway. But yeah. So guys, Sunday this will be going, providing I can get. Oh, that's leather there, guys. That's a nice touch. Yeah, but so a £600, guys. It's into coffers, and then it means basically we can get this car out of here, and I can buy another couple of cars that don't need really so much work doing to them, you know. So yeah. Anyway, what's your thoughts on this? Have I made the right move? Should I have sold this for £2,500? Is £600 enough profit for the work that I've done on it, really? Or am I being stupid? Should I have, for the sake of an extra £500, should I have, and maybe a couple of weeks waiting, should I have just got the doors done and then put it up at sort of £4,000, £3,500, and made an extra, at least an extra £1,000? Well, I'd made at least, well, I wouldn't have made £1,000 extra, would I? I would have made at least between £500 and £1,000 extra, but I'd have had the car for an extra 2 weeks. So should I have done that, or have I done the right thing? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on this one, guys. So you know the figures now. Let me know what you'll think. If you like this sort of content, please hit like and subscribe, and I'll catch you up next one.